There is a problem with real-life dating events. Men are not showing up. Dating apps are on the decline, but a growing number of Gen Z and millennial singles are turning to and creating in real-life dating events in search of something that apps no longer provide, a meaningful connection. Tickets almost always sell, but there's one key problem. Men are too scared to turn up.
Let's stop you right there. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Darling. We're going to start this video off by shaming men. Selling they're too scared to show up to these dating events. Take in mind that a lot of these dating events, women are either charged less or not charged at all. And men are expected to pay a certain fee to get in there. To be, if you ever seen the Pop the Balloon challenge, to be, put on like on display for the women to be able to choose. Or you have like these little speed dating things where you're supposed to get to know somebody in a certain amount of time. And men feel a lot of pressure under that, especially considering that you have to pay to get in. Just like the club. A lot of men are not showing up to the club no more because men have to pay at the door, right, to get in, to buy women drinks. And men are tired of that. And especially in this economy, brother. And that's not the only reason. We're going to get into the reason why a lot of men are not going to these dating events and they're not approaching women as we get further into this video.
To turn up. This is confusing because last year men heavily outweighed women on dating apps at 68%, and Ofcom found that on Tinder, men outnumbered women 3-1. So why are organisers handing out free tickets to get men to sign up? Well, I attended a few events to find out why. Some men told me the events can feel forced, others said it comes down to rejection and ego, some said vulnerability and confidence, and others spoke about the difficulty in knowing how to show up in modern dating due to the shift in expectations. Men are expected to pursue and approach women, and they're taught to be confident and charming and say the right things. But some men now fear coming across as sleazy or creepy. Others expressed how men are taught to not show sensitivity or vulnerability. But events like this mean putting yourself out there, which in turn can lead to rejection. And women have each other to confide in with things like this. But men, on the other hand, they're taught to just deal with it.
Sorry, no. No, we're not just taught to just deal with it by, because what they'll say is that we're taught to deal with it by the patriarchy. Oh, this men telling men not to express themselves. And to a certain degree, yes, we do eventually we coach each other to get over it. We do. I'm not going to even say that we don't. But here's the thing. When men do find outlets to express how they feel about this situation, what happens when we do? We're shamed out of those spaces. What happens? They're labeled the red pill, MGTOW, incels. When men are just talking about their experiences and dealing with this and everything, or how they feel about rejection or how they feel about certain things, it's not necessarily because they're scared. They're just saying there is some trepidation going into like the dating situation due to all of the requirements that men have. And like I said, we started this video off by shaming men by calling them scared for not even wanting to put themselves out there. And we're going to talk about why. Over the last month or so, a lot of us haven't been able to understand why so many women have been enamored with this, Lindsay Clancy case. Now, Lindsay Clancy is a woman, okay, who strangled her 3 kids with an exercise band. All right. Now, you would think that a woman that strangled her 3 kids with an exercise band would get condemnation from everybody, from all of society, men and women alike. But no, in this day and age with modern feminism and everything, that is not necessarily true. There is a cult, if you will, of women backing this Lindsay Clancy woman up. Now, this isn't any ambiguity when it comes to who done it, right? Lindsay Clancy herself has admitted to killing her 3 kids. The prosecutors know that she killed her 3 kids. The investigators know that she killed her 3 kids. Her husband had to come home after she sent him on errands and planned all this out, know that she killed her 3 kids. But for some reason, the women on the internet have created this cult around this woman, okay? And I'm bringing this up for a reason, because there is a disconnect between men and women so great that we don't understand. Where they say men are from Venus or men are from Mars and women are from Venus or whatever, that couldn't be no further from the truth at this point. And I'm going to show you why, because I get postpartum, all this other stuff, but what I don't understand is the lack of sympathy for the children, and the fact that a lot of women feel like this Lindsay Clancy situation is a spiritual event for them. That bothers me. Think I'm lying?
I really think Lindsay Clancy is a catalyst that will bring our society into next level and higher level of consciousness, like collective consciousness, and then it will be a matriarch led effort.
She said that this Lindsay Clancy case is going to bring in the matriarchy. This togetherness that these women are feeling over this woman murdering her 3 kids, okay, it's going to bring in this epic age of women running the world. And I believe that it's to the contrary, because it's a lot of people questioning whether women should even have the right to vote and whether they should even repeal the 19th Amendment after watching so many so-called professionals get on here and back this Lindsay Clancy woman up, or even cast aspersion, or I think that's the word, or doubt on the fact that she killed the kids when she's admitted it herself. People are saying, are y'all insane? But what's happening here is these parasocial relationships through the internet. These women are projecting themselves because maybe they have experienced postpartum and maybe they've had thoughts of killing their kids. Great. They didn't carry it out. Lindsay Clancy did. She murdered them. She murdered them kids. Yeah? Right? But they're sitting up here with no empathy for the kids and backing someone up. And people are saying, including myself, who has gone viral multiple times talking about this particular case, that what the fuck is going on? Y'all are hurting y'all argument. Y'all are setting the women's movement back, because the argument that a lot of misogynistic people, not just men, but misogynistic people use against women, even voting, is that women are irrational and that they shouldn't, they can't get their emotions together. Oh, women don't have it together. The men should vote for the women. If you think I'm lying, and I say people because it's not just men saying this. This is women saying this.
A Christian woman who has a very healthy connection with my husband. I vote the same way he does, so honestly, I would be okay with giving up my right to vote because I know that he would represent me well.
If he was voting on behalf of our household, I would be fine with that.
Do you think your daughter should have the right to vote?
I'd be okay if she didn't, because I also know she's going to marry a biblical man, that they would also be in line.
I would as well give up my vote if it got rid of things like abortion. I feel like with my mindset, I would want to put my vote in, but the majority of women are liberal, and I think getting rid of that would actually help.
See what I'm saying? Women are hurting their own case even against other freaking women. Like, now I don't feel that way. I don't feel that women should lose their right to vote, because there's a lot of women with a lot of sense. Like, most women have a lot of sense. But when you have a collective of women that are having this, what I feel is mass hysteria, and coming together and saying, this Lindsay Clancy woman was a victim of her, this and that. Bro, she may be a victim of X, Y, and Z, but those kids were a victim first. Now y'all ask the question. Why are men not approaching women? Why are men not wanting to go to these dating events, okay? Why are men not showing up to these situations and putting themselves out there? It is because they're scared. It's because the men of today are bitches, right? This is what the women say. Men of today are bitches, and they don't have the confidence to approach women. But when men approach women nowadays, bro, that comes with something. That comes with probably gonna come with some conflict for a lot of men. Even when men are trying to approach women to help them, in some instances, y'all are snapping off on niggas probably because their hairline is pushed back, and that is just not fair.
Yeah.
Now look how she dressed.
What's going on with you, man?
Baby, why are you walking up on me?
I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing.
What you trying to figure out? It's 12 o'clock at night and you walking up on me.
What I'm saying though, I'm recording you because you
but
look
you
crazy.
don't need to record
Hold on,
me.
so you look crazy.
I look crazy?
Why you got it? Now you talking about what you got on. I'm talking about why you at the gas pump, shawty. You got to test.
What's it to you? Why are you
You
worried about it?
You don't need to take gas. Shawty.
Okay. Why you worried about what I'm doing?
Ask me what's going on. You drunk or something?
Are you? Cause you got there recording me and shit. What the fuck?
Okay, shawty. I'm just. Okay,
No, I'm just right there. What the fuck? You done pulled off.
Okay.
12 at where you need
I'm just trying to help you.
Nah, don't goddamn help me.
I'm just trying to help you.
Back up. That's what you better do.
Alright.
Cause you a creep ass.
I'm a creep, but
Yeah,
I'm just trying to check on you, shawty.
You a creep. Get it. Can you get it, man? He got his phone out.
Okay.
Get it, man.
Okay, so now you're trying to front. So now you're trying to front.
Get this, man. I ain't
Look at these girls in
nobody
Atlanta, boy. These girls in Atlanta, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Now you see what I mean? He was just trying to tell her, you can't put gas in a Tesla, baby. Now her ass cheeks was out. She called him whole creepy, but she the one with her whole butt cheeks out. Now if I went out with my ass cheeks hanging out, everybody called me creepy, right? But she the one got her whole ass cheeks out. Now she trying to show off her tattoo. I get it. She probably got some work done on there. It probably cost her some money. That tattoo costs money, right? But how is he a creep for telling you that you cannot put gas in a goddamn Tesla? You could tell that's not her car, obviously. Okay? That's why a lot of men are afraid to approach women, and then just women's attitude, their general attitude towards men is effed up. Before I continue on with this video, okay, before y'all think I've searched out these videos, all of these videos, okay, barring the one where the woman is talking about voting and all that other stuff, all of the videos that I'm reacting to right now came down my feed back to back to back to back. I'm not searching this shit out. I'm not searching this out. These ladies are putting this content out here, and I'm just reacting to it. Okay? Like, that woman had her old ass cheeks out, and she called that man creepy because he was trying to help her out, bro. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's the attitude. That's why men are not showing up to these events, bro. That's why.
I don't really love anything about a black man right now because I'm not really speaking to them. I have homies, but it ain't like I'm not really romantically in a relationship with anybody.
Maybe
like
10 years when I'm on that and I found the one, then you can ask me
So
this
in
question.
10 years, black men won't want you anymore. You're going to be like, they won't want you anymore in 10 years.
Wait, I'm confused.
How old are you guys? Like 20?
No.
Oh, wait, no, I forgot. You guys are like 18.
Yeah, sure.
18 or 19.
Yeah, sure.
So, okay. You should already be wifed up by like 24.
Who are you? But that's no.
Yeah.
I don't have to be locked up. I don't really want a man in my 20s, to be honest. Like,
I want to live. Like, I don't have to be married by 25.
Yeah, I really
don't
don't.
want to be married in 25. I want to have my career by 25.
yes.
Like, I need to be rich by 25
But
before I start thinking about
feminism
something.
has infiltrated y'all's brain to make y'all say stuff like
And
that.
I might be a feminist. You might be right. I might just be.
Say stuff like what? But at the end of the day, and I'm 24. That's like the peak of my career. Like, why would I want to be doing stuff like getting married and having kids when I could be furthering my career? And my
I could be
Because at the end of the
traveling.
day, a man can leave me any day, and I will still have my.
And by furthering her career, she means furthering her dicks. Like, furthering her body count. And then getting on here and getting mad at the young man for saying that they don't want a woman that is taking a litany of dicks. That's what she mean by furthering her career. Because this attitude is not it, bro. It ain't it. It is. And this young man is right about the whole feminist thing. It's the attitude of like, I ain't trying to listen to men. I ain't trying to settle down. And it goes exactly to what the Kevin Samuels is and the red pill community was saying all this time about, oh, okay, a lot of these women like to go through the gauntlet, right? And then when they get older, they want to settle down. But I'm going to tell you, even as an old man, a lot of women don't even want to settle down when they older, brother. They don't know how to pair bond. They don't know, like, if you have relationship after relationship, or if you let certain niggas use you a certain way and use you, you don't know how to be with like a regular nigga. You don't know how to do that. That shit is boring to you. You need that nigga to use you up, bro. And these women will be used up in their 20s by the niggas that they chasing, and then when they get into their 30s and 40s, they'll say, okay, there are no real men out here. And that's literally what's fucking be happening. And where the real men at, a lot of the so-called real men are over it, bro. Especially in this day and age because of what y'all are seeing. This shit is fucking scary for young men. I feel sorry for y'all thinking that y'all about to have a family and all this other stuff with what's going on out here. I mean, because even just as far as the expectations on the amount of money that y'all are supposed to be making is astronomical in this situation. And a lot of ladies will sit there and say that they don't believe in the patriarchy until they believe in the patriarchy, right? And what I mean by that is, oh, okay, I don't need a man to tell me what to do, but y'all will want a man to take care of you. You understand? And there's nothing wrong with wanting a man to take care of you, but that comes with some fucking, some act right and some listen. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, there's an attitude that goes along with it. And a lot of these women are masculine as fuck.
Good. This cat, you want me to feed you? You want me to clothe you? You want me to goddamn love you like your bald-headed ass mama? But as soon as I ask you for some money, I'm a trick ass bitch, scripted ass hoe, and I'm asking for too goddamn much.
See what I mean? Like,
somebody get these beggars out of here.
Who I'm saying as a person, as a human being, not even as a man, who want to give that woman some money? Who would literally want to give that woman some of their goddamn money? Some of their hard-earned money on. That shit don't even make no sense to me. Like, with that type of attitude. You understand? It's not, and it's like, bro, like, why play into the fucking stereotypes, bro? That's what be blowing me. At least with them ladies. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and then some women just got the audacity of a fucking
hot take, but if I ever have kids, which I don't plan on it, but if I ever have kids and my husband gets a dad bod, I'm leaving him. Divorce, babes. Divorce. Because what do you mean? I went through pregnancy and now you have a fucking beer belly and you look pregnant and you have tits? It's over. I'm divorcing him.
I do think it's because niggas is out here fucking anything. I do. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? And women too. Women out here fucking anything, you know? Women out here putting their mouth and sucking on stuff that they don't, you know, they giving niggas chances, you know? And then they get online and shaming them niggas.
I couldn't even ride his motherfucking penis because bro, we're rubbing clits. We're rubbing clits.
Damn.
I can't get it. If it's already in, I can't get it out of me.
Jesus.
Something that men always say that blows my mind is when they go, size doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. When you do what I do for work, the amount of that you see, that would matter to me. When my tampon's bigger and goes deeper, that matters to me.
I'll never forget the time that my baby father really thought he one-upped me by telling me that he cheated on me. So that weekend I went out, I had another man in me, went home back to him, seduced him, and then had him eat it out of me without telling him until after. Come for me, I come harder. Quite literally.
I'm not gonna lie, I could never let my man be a stay-at-home dad. I probably would come home and beat the fuck out of him. And he could be just, he could be sitting on the couch chilling. But I'd be so irritated, like, you been here all day? I'm about to beat that ass. So it'll be DV, VD, DVD, I don't know what the fuck the abbreviations is, but that ass will be beat.
So maybe men are just scared, you know? Because obviously there's a competition to see who has the biggest dick out here. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys understand why so many men are afraid to date and why so many men are, you know, holding off on, you know, going to events and going to clubs, and because niggas don't want to feel used. Niggas don't want to feel abused, you know? You know, you get into a conversation with a woman and she start talking about current events and she start telling you how, you know, she's on the spiritual, you know, plane of Lindsay Clancy or any of these other child murdering women, and you just like, bro, I don't need this. So with that being said, y'all, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I just want to make a good reaction video, and I'll catch y'all next time.